Okay. Sorry about that little delay. Let's go ahead. Let me address these questions. So, your first question, when to use the subtraction versus the negative. Okay, so the subtraction is used whenever the whenever we've got this between two things. So something like 3 minus x, this would be the subtraction button. So anytime, so to be able to use a subtraction, it needs something in the front and something behind it. When you have something like just negative x, you're going to put that in. This one, we would use this key because there's nothing in front. Okay. Also, I guess this can, and here's the deal, is if you use that key, say we had 3 and we use this key instead of the subtraction key, what the computer actually sees this as is 3 times negative x. And so you're going to get a multiplication rather than a subtraction. So that's the difference here. Now, if you were to just put in this, if you try to use this, say, instead of the negative, the cool part is, so you use the big you use subtraction, you're going to get a syntax error because this button requires something in front. You have to have 2 items to subtract from. Okay, so if you use this one, you get a syntax error. So you need to use this one, right? So usually the subtraction key is not a problem. You've got 2 things, put it in there. If you use it in the wrong place, you'll usually get a syntax error. This negative key, though, can cause problems. If you use it in the wrong place, you might not get an error, but the operation might be different than what you had intended. Okay, so that's that. Okay. Calculator, I'm not quite sure what question 2 is about. It's not letting me see the boxes or the graph. So when I use the graph, I have to manually look at the points. If this is still an issue, maybe give me a screenshot or something if you can, or a photo. I'll take a look. Number 3, I have posted questions 9, 10, 11, and 12. Those are now in Canvas. Just going over. Tuning for the x-intercept and the x-line press vertex. Yeah. Okay. I think that's okay. 18, actually, I worked this one. Let me pull up the. It's still got it here. So for 18, I get the same answer. Okay, so what is the minimum unit cost? Do not round your answer. So first of all, if x cars are made, then the unit cost is given by this function. The minimum unit cost, what you have to do is find the x value, and you can use the I have this problem before. Let me not sure why. Okay, so we can use, I think what you're using minus b over 2a. This will give us the x coordinate of the vertex. We would then need to plug that in and get, that would give us the unit cost. Wait, the unit cost, yeah. And so b is negative 192, so you get minus 192 over 2 times a, which is 0.4. So you get a positive 192 over 0.8. When I do that by hand, I get 240. And then now you'd need to plug in 240 for x to get the y value. And let's see what we're, by hand I got 192 over 2a, so my answer was, yeah, so this part, I'm not sure how you got this, but yeah, the minus minus becomes a plus. 2 times 0.4 is going to be 0.8, and the 192 divided by 0.8 is 240, which is what the graphing calculator came up with. Okay, using the graphing calculator, you got the 240, but then what you get is you want the y value. What does y equal? That part is the answer to that question. Okay, I know that Alex, like all the other biggest number I got 0, 16, 13, but Alex wanted me to write 0, 3, and 16. I would get ding for this, or I still get credit. So let's look at number 19. So you find all the real zeros, and I guess, yeah, so there's not a 13 here. Let's go ahead and copy this one. Okay, so we need to let each piece be equal. So you got the 0, you got the 16. This should be 3, not 13. You get x minus 3 equals 0. Add 3 to both sides, you get x equals 3. So that's why they get 0, 3, and 16. Not 13. I'm not quite sure where the 13 is coming from. The 16 comes x minus 16 equals 0. Add 16 to both sides, you get x equals 16. And then, of course, you get 5x equals 0. Divide both sides by 5. 0 divided by 5 is still 0. So the three answers are here. Now, yes, Alex would not give you any credit unless you get all three of them correct. That's the way Alex is. Okay, I could see the 60, but I'm not quite sure where the 13 is coming from. Maybe it was a copy error or something. Okay. All right, so it sounds like you have a good plan of attack. Hopefully I've addressed all the issues that you're having. If not, let me know. I apologize for it's been a crazy day with getting the internet up and running again, but it's speedy now. So we'll leave it at that. Contact me if you need anything. I will be around over the weekend as well. Thanks.